Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to Gameweek 33, guys. Fast turnaround. It was only Saturday that I saw you, and we're back again. We're back at it, and I've made my moves. Done a -4, and it's what I said I was going to do. I've taken the risk on Diogo Jota. So here we are. Welcome to everybody in the stream. Hi, Youssef, Junior Gaming, FPL Seb, Sportcat Abdullah, FPL Boo Boo, all the usual crowd. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well, guys. So, yeah, this is my team. I don't think I'm going to do anything in the next hour, to be honest. I've decided that I'm going to go Kepa. I'm going to go Chilwell. I don't think that changes. I mean, I would have liked to have played March as well, but here we are. Here we are. So, let's get those questions in. Let's start from the top. I think, Seth, mate, your ranking game week 25 was over 1 million. Now into the top 250k. Amazing, mate. Amazing. Glad the stream helps. FPL Booby, your wildcard team. Edison, Allison, Estepinian, Shaw, Trippier, Trent, Zuma, March, Matoma, Rashford, Grealish, Salah and Haaland, Solanke and Martial and bench boost 34. Maybe Martial to Isak. So template, I'm not confident yet. Yeah, I would say that does sound very, very template. It's almost the exact same team I've got, bar a couple of differences, right? You've got the goalies, you've got Trent in there, Solanke, but Boo Boo, listen, mate, even if it's template, you're still going to be ahead of the curve, I think, in terms of your chip usage. Seb, you're actually thinking Saka or Martinelli to Grealish because as a City fan, when we win, my players get points. That's one of the best feelings in the world. And he has a double in 34. Well, I've got love for Mr. Jack Grealish. 3 returns in the 3 game weeks. So let's do it. Love seeing you so quick, Dan. Thank you very much, Sportcat. Hello to you, George. Welcome to the stream. You survived no free hit. Well done, mate. Did you have Castagna by any point? Can we talk about that, man? Can we talk about Castagna? I think he's going to go on to Andy from Let's Talk FPL's wall, to be honest. 10 points, man. Save so many people's game week. Absolute hero. Welcome to the stream, Jedi Stew. Good evening. Armin, welcome to you, sir, as well. Haven't been on stream for a while. Glad to be back. It's good to have you back, as always, mate. Sportcat Reese is out for the season. Could be even more less goals. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, under Lampard, though, I say under Lampard, even under Potter, I don't think Reece James was his best, to be honest. So I don't feel like there's going to be a dry up of goals any more than there already was, mate, if I'm honest, with Reece James out. Hi, Daniel. Welcome to the stream. I'm very, very well, thank you. Did I see Mike Oxlong performance for Roma the other night? No, I don't really watch much European football unless it involves English teams, if I'm honest, mate. George, going to need help with who to bench this week, so many tough options. And yeah, fire away. Let me know what your thoughts are. Jan Aigner, welcome to the stream. Haven't seen you for a few weeks, mate. What's up to you too? Jota definitely starts tomorrow as per FPL Focal. He'll probably be benched once, I guess. Potentially, yes. But I'm pretty confident that Jota gets his returns at West Ham here. Even if he only plays one of the double in 34, I'm no worse off, right? Because I would have gone for Isak. Potentially, I'm still going to go for Isak in 36. So if he only plays one fixture, Isak would have played against Southampton, I think, in 36 if I would have gone for him. So I don't mind if he does only play one of the 2 fixtures. FPL Boo-Boo to bring in Jota some changes like TAA to Robbo, Allison to Steele, Estepinian to Burn, Botman. I like that, absolutely. I think Jota's just in that purple patch, and I've not owned him in FPL before when he's hit these patches and it hurts you. So I've just taken a bit of a punt, bit of a risk, but I'm glad Focal has confirmed that he's in. George, yeah, Castagna saved me. I think he saved a lot of people, mate, but glad that you owned him, sir. Can we talk about the 3-3? Mate, can you believe it? Who would have thought that? I mean, Gabriel Jesus blanking as well is another reason why the free hit failed in terms of a template, but oh my word. 3-3, crazy. George, you had Castagna, Gahey and Tarkovsky. Mate, what a backline that was in the end for you. Perfect scenario, really, for you. Absolutely perfect. Abdullah, we were all thinking Arsenal will smash, but Southampton have done City a favour. I literally cannot wait for tomorrow's game from a neutral perspective. I think it's going to be such an electric game. Arsenal have to win that game against City, so I'm looking forward to that one. You're just so hesitant on who to bench and who to bring in this week. You're free hitting in 34, as you know. Well, fire some options at me, mate. I know you've shared your team on Twitter, but we'll get through the quick fire round for the next 20 minutes or so, and then Usually it calms down after that, so I can give you a bit more detail. Junior Gaming, you're thinking of rolling this week, less hits for 34. What's your opinions? I actually think that you can look at it in two ways. So I was also a fan of potentially rolling, but I was looking at maybe doing 3 transfers and taking the -4 in 34 anyway. So now I'm not going to be doing the -4 in 34. So I'm just going to probably use 1 free transfer. I guess it depends on whether you think you can target game week 33 early and potentially make those moves like I've done. I've taken a hit for it. I'm not going to sit here and recommend it. It's just I feel like my rank has been so stagnated, to be honest, Junie, that I've decided that I'm going to attack it a little bit, go for a differential in Jota. I think both scenarios are equally as good. It's going to be a little bit team dependent. I'm sorry that's a really political answer, but there is no straightforward yes or no on that. I think ultimately most people are going to be looking at hits between 33 and 34 anyway to get as strong of a team as we can in 34. So I don't mind in which week you do it. Abdullah, as a City fan, your heart says to captain Haaland, but I'm going differential and going Salah. Interesting choice, sir. Interesting. I think I'm going to trust Haaland against Rob Holding, to be honest. Right, okay. Hi, Dan. Which transfer do I think I should do first? Kane to Jota or Maddison to Rashford? You'll do both transfers eventually, but which one would you have this week? I think, to be honest, Spurs are in turmoil, but my problem with Rashford is that we played 120 minutes against Brighton. So, yes, we play on Thursday evening. It's a normal turnaround for United in terms of fixtures. We normally play on a Sunday and a Thursday for Europa fixtures, for example. But I just feel like after nursing that groin injury, maybe the priority transfer is Jota, especially if we've got news that he's going to be starting. I think that's a guarantee. I think Kane could do some damage against United, don't get me wrong, but I really think that Jota is an exciting pick. So I like that move. Sportcat, not FPL related, but can we just take a moment to laugh at Spurs? I think FPL mate tweeted that out, which did make me laugh, to be honest. He said, can we just take a moment? Incredible result, that. 6 goals from Newcastle without 1 attack in return from Trippier, though. Who would have thought that? FPL said, so who would you transfer out, Saka or Martinelli? Because Grealish is going to be in my team. I think I would go with Saka out. I think that Saka seems to have the more explosivity. He seems to have the double-digit haul in him, right? He seems to get a goal and assist in 1 week, whereas Martinelli seems to be a bit more consistent, and plus he's the cheaper of the two. So I like Martinelli as the budget option still, and I think Saka is the one that goes for me, as I've sold him. So love the Jota punt, just unsure with 34 entry week. I'd be looking at him after confirmed start tomorrow. I mean, that's the thing. I sort of took the punt without knowing that he was going to start. My issue was price rises and falls, right? Last night, I just decided to make the move. I can't remember what time I made it now. We can have a look here. Transfer history, in fact. So did it at midnight yesterday, just because I felt like, or today, should I say, because I could see that Saka was falling. I could see that Salah was rising. So it just made the most sense to go for it. But yeah, he is a bit of a punt. But I'm glad that we've got news of him starting. I think that's the I can start recommending people to bring him in now. What do you think about last week's team? Is 61 points with 10 players and no free hit. You was happy to get only 2 less points with 10 players and a Castagna 10-pointer. Seb, I think, honestly, like my free hit, in terms of, I actually considered it a success, right? Based on how many points I would have scored if I didn't use the chip. I would have scored like 30 points. So my team needed to be in that position of a free hit. For you to come out with 61 points and not have that chip is phenomenal, mate. This is what I meant about Castagna. Absolute hero player this weekend. Abdullah, you think Daniel Levy should leave Tottenham? He hasn't done anything good for the club and Kane should move from Tottenham in the summer. I hope so. I hope he moves to us, to be honest with you, Abdullah. I think we're looking at conversations already. I think that, they look like a bit of a club in turmoil, to be honest. It's not good. Not good. George, so you've got still Raya goalkeeper, ? 3 of Trips, Gahey, Castagna and Moreno, and bench 1, Saka, Gakpo or Martinelli, Matoma, Grealish, Isak, Watkins, Haaland. 3 dilemmas. Okay, so I'm going to go with, you probably do start still, because even if Sanchez starts, I would say the Forest fixture is better. If Sanchez starts, you've got Raya as the backup keeper. So that's the logic there for me. You've got a backup. In essence, even if Steele gets dropped now and Sanchez starts playing, you've still got Raya. 3 of Trippier, Gahey, Castagna and Moreno. I think Trippier's a must. Everton away just looks way too tempting. Who have Crystal Palace got? They've got Wolves tonight. Okay, so let's hold fire with that. Who have Leicester got? Leicester have got Leeds, which I'm not sure, but look, I can't really write Castagna off now after that fucking 10-pointer. Excuse my language, but honestly, I can't write him off now. I thought Leicester were going to be rubbish, but he proved me wrong. Moreno, I think, is always going to be a shout. Fulham are pretty good, but I think I was unfortunate. You was unfortunate to only get 2 points from him last week. Definitely, so I'm going to go definitely Trippier, Moreno, and then it's your choice out of Gahey and Castagna, my friend. Benching one from Saka, Gakpo, Martinelli, Matoma, Grealish, Isak, Watkins, and Haaland. My gut says bench Saka. I don't know why, but I just feel like benching Saka out of that lot could be the play. That's really difficult, though. It's between him and Martinelli, as I think the Arsenal returns are going to be a little bit unlikely against City. Do you need Rashford this week, Sportcat? I don't say you need him this week, but I think he's got to be in the plans for 34. You had a massive red arrow, 51 points, but you've got the free hit in 34 in your back pocket. So, again, as mentioned on my FPL, I think it was the free hit guide video that I spoke about. When you choose not to free hit when it's a very popular week, or any chip when it's a very popular week, you've got to anticipate some kind of red or grey arrow at best. Even if you've got a massive red arrow, you can get that back on a different week. Jedi Stew, bench Bruno or Isak. There's a pick of Bruno in a brace. There is. I haven't got any further news on Bruno, unfortunately. It does look like he's still 75% flagged, though. That being said, I think with Isak's form, surely he's got to be the play here. If you've got Bruno not starting and he subs on, then that's really damaging. I think Isak makes more sense here. Who should I play, Raya or Everson? I think Raya for the save points, to be honest. I don't think Leicester keep the clean sheet. I think Brentford may do. And even if they don't, then Raya's save points are usually very, very good. Do you start Botman, Henry or Ake? I don't think Ake's been past fit, Seth, if I'm honest. I think out of those three, I would probably start Botman. Even if you've got Trippier, a double up on Newcastle against Everton, I think is fine. Abdullah, you're hoping Isak smashes Everton. I genuinely feel like he could. After that brace against Spurs, although as woeful as they were, let's face it, I think he could do really well. So I have bench dilemma, so you can look at the team and advise me who to start. Saka to Grealish, team ID. Okay, we'll take a look at that shortly, my friend. Abdullah, Dan, why have you got no Shaw and Fernandes for game week 34? Well, Fernandes, ultimately, I just preferred Salah rather than Bruno for that. I'm just going to go with the one Manchester United asset. Potentially, I still have Luke Shaw in my team next week. Or at the weekend, I may do a Chilwell move to Luke Shaw. The alternative is to go Chilwell to one of the City defenders, which I'm not confident with, or Chilwell to a Liverpool defender. So it's not a guarantee that I don't go with that second Manchester United asset, but Bruno's not impressed me from an FPL point of view. He creates a lot of chances, but doesn't seem to get the points. And Luke Shaw, more than likely, will have to be playing in a makeshift back four 9 times out of 10. So I'm not confident that United keep clean sheets either. That's why I've not gone with them early on. I actually didn't go Shaw when he was popular because of the Casemiro ban. That was my problem with him, is that I felt like we were going to concede, and we have done. Would I start Bruno or Martinelli? Definitely rolling as Bruno's uncertainty and fast turnaround. Maybe more injuries could change the transfer plans for 34. You're happily rolling with Martinelli first sub. I think, to be honest, that's okay. Like I just mentioned, though, between Bruno and Isak as a debate, because it's a Thursday night game for Manchester United, there is every chance that he recovers fine. That brace could have just been a precautionary thing, right, on that Instagram post. So potentially you can start him, but I just think that because he's flagged, I don't really hate starting Martinelli against City. I think if they're going to get something, it's going to come out of Saka or Martinelli. I just think Martinelli's more consistent over the past, 10 weeks, let's say, from an FPL point of view. George, appreciate it, mate. No worries, mate. Hopefully that helps. Like I say, Gahey or Castagna is very close, I think. Sportcat, my issue with Isak is perhaps rotation with Callum Wilson. It's a good shout. That's also a possibility. Abdullah, Bruno will miss game week 33 and he will be back in game week 34. Has that been confirmed, though, Abdullah? I think he's still 75% flagged. And I'm not sure we've had anything from a press conference point of view for United. No, it's too early. We'll probably get more news after the deadline. Absolute rubbish week from you. Double Brentford defence. Clean sheet got wiped out. Watkins, while captained, missed a sitter in the 90th minute. Indeed. Maddison suddenly banished from the squad for no reason. Well, he was sick. It was an illness. Bruno looks injured. He was in a cast, so he's in his recent Instagram story. Yeah, it looked like it was just, I think, to be honest, precautionary. I still feel like he's not going to play this game week, but I'd like to see if Abdullah's got a reliable source for that. I would say he's probably better off waiting until the weekend to be played. Sportcat, with your free hit for game week 34, you're preferring Liverpool attack over defence. Well, why not? I mean, taking a punt on probably Gakpo, Salah, maybe even Nunez, right? Firmino's still not 100% match fit by the looks of it. And he doesn't get played so often anyway, right? The difficulty we have is that we've got now Jota back to fitness. Diaz is returned to fitness pretty much, although he's not fully match fit. We've got Nunez, you've got Gakpo, you've got Salah. So the front three of Liverpool are by no means nailed. That's the only problem with having multiple Liverpool attackers. Seth, thoughts on Kane to Isak or Jota to afford Bruno to Salah for a -4? I don't hate that at all. I really don't hate that. Obviously, I've got rid of Kane to free funds up to Salah myself, targeting double game week 34. I think Isak or Jota is a difficult conversation because those were the two that I had in mind, right? Isak is a longer play, in my opinion. It allows you to target, obviously, double game week 36. You just don't have any quicker doubles than that. The thing is with Jota, though, the downside is that he might not feature in both games of the double game week 34. But I'm still willing to. I think I'm leaning slightly more towards Jota over Isak, if I'm honest. In my team selection video, I mentioned I was about 70% sure I was going to go Jota, and I've done it. So I can't really say to you go Isak, right? I think Jota and Salah are perfectly fine for that -4. Seb, so can you look at the team? And by the way, I'm also thinking Castagna to Estepinian. Sure, let's have a look. Chaps, calm down a little bit. Wrong website. Where's your ID? Here's your ID. So you're thinking Saka to Grealish, right? So you're thinking Saka to Grealish. You're probably going to go... I'm not sure I would start Castagna. I would probably start Matoma. Here's an interesting one, though. March or Solanke. That's quite difficult. I suppose you could even bench Martinelli, right? You could do something like this. But what was the question? Bench dilemma. Yeah, okay. So you're basically talking about the exact same thing. I mean, I like the double Newcastle. I probably would do this, though. I would probably play Kepa just about because of the home fixture. As crap as Chelsea are at the moment from an attacking point of view, defensively they haven't conceded so many goals, right? So I think I would do this for you, Seb. Hope that helps, mate. At Jamie Brown, sports journalist. Okay, perfect. I'll have a look at that, mate. Update on Konate for this week. I think Klopp has said that he's back in training, if I'm not mistaken. So we have to see him use a full-time tomorrow. We need to see how it is with him, but in the moment I'm rather positive, but it doesn't mean a lot. From possible starters, I think that's it. So he's not really said 100% or not, to be honest. He's been really on the fence with it, Junie, but it does look like he's going to feature. But it does say assessing the fitness. Questionable. Sportcat, that's what I've done. Gakpo is in my free hit draft, which I've sent to you. You may go triple Chelsea in double game week 37. Easy games against City and United. Mate, you are a brave man if you do that. Should you start Maddison instead of Saka? Even if Maddison doesn't play, Saka can still get subbed on. Yeah, that's a possibility. I mean, Leicester against Leeds, there's a great chance of him returning. I think he was only missing last week because of sickness, Armand. So I think that's absolutely fine. Harry, welcome to the stream, mate. Good to see you. I'm very well, thank you. Hope you are too. You've had 3 bad game weeks and you've gone from 30k to 198k. Oh my God, I feel for you, bud. Thinking of just stopping at this point. Still really enjoyed the great stream. Keep it up, my friend. I mean, Harry, look, if I'm honest, I think every manager probably goes through situations like this where there's game weeks on the spin that you're like, what am I even doing? I mean, there's a point here in game week 13 where I was 785k. I dropped to 1.1 million, in fact, 1.5 million just before the World Cup. Like, these 4 red arrows really weren't the most inspiring part of my season at all. I felt exactly the same as you. My rank had doubled in a matter of a couple of weeks. I didn't even think I was making very bad decisions, but then it can always change, right? This is what can happen. This was post World Cup. I got 6 green arrows in a row, sorry. Been a bit of a rocky backwards and forwards since then, but I just recommend just resetting yourself, mate. Just think about why you play the game. It is just a bit of fun at the end of the day. You know, if it's going to affect you mentally or anything like that, bud, then just definitely take a step back for a couple of weeks. George, you've gone with Castagna. You think both teams concede, but he's more likely for an attacking return. Makes sense. You've conceded less goals than Arsenal, indeed, and that's why I think I've decided to go with the double up on Chelsea. The stats are there that back up the clean sheet for you guys. Saish, Shaw, Botman, Trippier, Estepinian, Henry. Which 3 should you start? I would probably go Trippier, Botman, and Estepinian. If I'm honest, I would then go Shaw first, bench. I think the double up on Newcastle defence against Everton is way too good there. The only reason I say Shaw first bench from a defensive substitute point of view is that Estepinian possibly could be a doubt after 120 minutes of football. Junior Gaming, would you recommend not putting Konate in and doubling Newcastle defence instead? I mean, if you've got the option, I don't hate Trippier and Shaw or Trippier and Botman at all. I think that's you're in a good position for a backup. FPL Boo Boo, final decision, still Edison, TAA, Zuma, Trippier, Burn, Shaw, Grealish, Sarah, Rashford, March, Matoma, Jota, Haaland, Solanke, and bench Grealish or Solanke this week. I've got to say you've got to bench Solanke, even though it's against Southampton. I just think you can't bench Jack Grealish, not in this game. This is too important of a game, and I think that City are gonna do some damage against Arsenal. Jack, if you don't mind my asking, what made you play double Chelsea over double Newcastle in defence? I think, to be honest, it's not about the clean sheet for me for Chilwell. It's about the fact of his attacking threat, and there is still a chance that he gets a clean sheet too. I know that Chelsea haven't been great from that attacking point of view, but his numbers are there. He's one of the top defenders in terms of XGI, below Trent, below Trippier. He's so good. He's on set pieces. He probably is playing in a back four, which maybe limits his attacking returns, but I think I've just got to play Chilwell over Botman. Botman is a 6-point ceiling, whereas Chilwell can easily pop off to a 12 or 15-pointer. FPL Seb, yeah, I was thinking same. Thanks, Dan, and I don't know why, but I want to play Stones over Botman. Stop me now. I mean, look, from a City fan perspective, it would be amazing if you manage to keep a clean sheet and he gets an attacking return, but I think logically you have to play Botman. Man City are such a machine. They kind of found another way of playing in big games. They can control, dominate, but against Arsenal, they literally countered and works well with Haaland. I think Haaland's going to absolutely... He bullied Arsenal last time. Let's be honest. I just think if you don't captain him, then you're just taking a massive risk. I agree with you. I think City are a different beast this season, and yeah, I'm looking forward to the game. Can you look at your team now, mate? Yeah, sure. I think I've got your tweet here. So this is game week 33 for you, right? I mean, the only situation I would say is March probably comes in for one of these guys if you're not going to make any moves. If you are going to make a move, which you're free hitting in 34, right? So you're going to sell one of them. I think you sell Saka. It's just a question of who you go to. It's just a question of who you go to there, to be honest with you, Sport Cat. As for your free hit in 34, screen's a little bit off, so I can't adjust this right now on stream, but you've got Haaland captain. I can see the temptation to go Salah, Gakpo, and maybe Jota rather than Trent, but I think the Salah, Gakpo, Trent is fine, or Salah, Trent, Jota could be fine. Not too sure about Webster or why you've gone them, probably because of budget constraints, but maybe there's something else you can do there, to be honest, Sport Cat. But overall, not too bad. Not too bad at all. Should you do Kane to Isak to allow FPL JS25? Not sure if you're in the stream, but I think you've asked this question in the stream and I've said yes. So I don't hate that. I don't hate that. Right, let's catch up. Kepa or David De Gea? I'm going to go Kepa, I think. Just we're a makeshift back four, and as well as we did against Brighton at the FA Cup with Shaw and Lindelof, I'm just not sure. I'm just not convinced with us keeping clean sheets. even against a wobbly Spurs. I think I backed the home fixture overall. Sebbar, hello mate, welcome to the stream. What do I think about the punt on Iheanacho versus Leeds this week? Would also free up funds from Kane to buy Salah. I mean, that is literally punt territory, to be honest. If you're confident that he starts, I don't actually hate his numbers. It's just that he hasn't performed for ages. Like, how about would you not go to someone like Isak, for example? Would that not be able to free up the same amount of funds to buy Salah? That would be my preferred option, I think. No third Man United or Burn to AWB. Burn to AWB. Not sure. FPL Link Cup round of 64 fixtures are now revealed. Disappointed that you haven't drawn in round of 64. Ely waiting to face you and defeat you in one, hopefully. I might not even get through, so you might not even be able to kick me out of my own cup. Start Chilwell, Everson on double Newcastle. Trips, Burn or Raya. Estepinian, Trips and Burn. Love the streams. Thanks, Lazio. Welcome, as always, my friend. Start Chilwell, Everson and double Newcastle. Or Raya, Estepinian. I think I would start Estepinian over Burn. So I would probably go, for your team, I would probably go Raya, Estepinian, Trippier, Chilwell, I think would be the back four there. Thanks for tuning in, Armin. Appreciate it. GCSEs around the corner. Need to study. Good luck for all this week. And to you, sir. Luke, hi Dan, not sure what to do this week. Think about either doing a -4 for Kane and Pope to Isak and Ederson to do Saka and Chilwell to Salah and Trent next week. Or doing Saka, Kane and Chilwell to Salah, Jota and Shaw all this week for a -8. I'm not sure I think the -8 is worth it this week. I don't mind the -4 for Salah and Jota as that's what I've done in my team. So I can't really condone that. I think that's definitely something that you have to look at. The simple fact is with hits is that I think most managers are going to take at least one. Even when it gets to 34, anybody that's rolling now, I think is still going to take a hit next week. So it's whether you think it's worth it this week. And I do. I think attacking this West Ham fixture for Liverpool is going to be pretty good. Sportcat, that's my issue. Who is it? I've got a very weak defence. I'm relying on everyone in my starting 11 to start. You think because you have De Bruyne, you've gone for Webster for clean sheet points. You got knocked out of the cup first round. Oh, that might be to do with the fact that you didn't get auto through from game week 31, right? But it doesn't matter anyway. It's just a bit of fun. The only people that are winning prizes this season is just the mini league winners. It's not going to be anyone for the cup. I didn't even know it was a thing, to be honest, until last week or the week before. But yeah, I'm not sure about who you go for instead of Webster. If it's a funds issue, then I think you just need to do a bit more tinkering. Just a little bit more tinkering on that Webster pick, because I'm not convinced about that. They're not the easiest fixtures for Brighton from a defensive point of view. So I'm not sure about the double up. Seb, so yeah, would you do Castagna to Estepinian for a -4? I think I would do that next week anyway and have only 2 Brighton players, and you want to have triple up because they've got 3 more doubles. I think my only problem with Estepinian this week is he played 120 minutes, and I'm not sure he's going to play. That I'm even on the fence with him, which is why I've got Botman as my first defensive option over Rico Henry, because I'm not sure that he gets the minutes. That was an exhausting game on Sunday. Waiting for random guy to join your mini league who's like 10th in the world in game 37. Could you imagine? I mean, maybe I should have put some kind of restriction on it that you need to be. Maybe I can do that. I'll screenshot the mini. I'll tell you what I'll do. To stop that from happening, Jan, because I want to support the people that have supported me and the channel for a lot longer, we'll say from this game week, if there's any new teams that join, they won't be eligible for a prize, just to support the people that have been in it longer term. I can take a snapshot and save it of who's in it, so then they can't win the prize. So I'll make that clear in future videos as well, Jan, so don't worry about that. It's a good point to raise. Seb, you're against third in the cup. K Sarah. Oh my God. Good luck, my friend. He's had a very good season, I think. Seth, can you have a look at my team 86808 and help with the bench dilemma after Kane to Isak and Bruno to Salah? Kane to Isak, Bruno to Salah. Kane to Isak, Bruno to Salah. So here's how we're shaping up. We've got 1.2 million in the bank. Oh, mate, this is a killer. This is an absolute killer. You're definitely doing this. Rico Henry is third bench. Like I can't back that. I think you do this. similar to me. This is your problem, is Marcus Rashford. This guy could do damage against this Spurs side. It's this. That's what I would probably go with, mate. Now, the only reason I've decided to bench March myself is because I do think that confidence is key sometimes. And missing those penalties in both cups, by the way, League Cup, the same thing happened. He was the guy that missed the penalty. That's going to weigh on your shoulders, regardless of what people think. I think that's going to make an influence. Plus 120 minutes, again. Not convinced. Not convinced with a March pick. I like Matoma more, I think, this week. Thoughts on Everton versus Newcastle? Well, thoughts in what sense, Shawnee? Do I think there's going to be a clean sheet? What the scoreline's going to be? I think a 2-0 Newcastle, personally. You might also get knocked out. The opponent that you have has got a good team. Let's see. You've got a locked wild card, Amit. Well, good luck, my friend. De Gea, Trent, Estepinian, Trippier, Salah, Rashi, Matoma, March, Haaland, Watkins, Jota, Everson, Martinelli, Bueno and Botman on the bench. Not going for Bruno. Next week, Watkins to Tony. Fair play. Interesting on the Watkins to Tony move. I guess now he's avoided suspension. That's definitely added him into the mix again. No, he's not going to get a 2-match ban because of yellow cards. 7 games in a row, Tony didn't get a yellow card. Incredible stuff. Sportcat, sell Saka. Do I do it? The little magician that he is. I've sold him, mate. I was reluctant to do it, but I did it. So, like I said, I can't really sit here and not give the same advice to the team that's on your screen. So, I think you can sell him. Seb, maybe wait till next week. I can't remember what your question was. Wait till next week. For Estepinian, yes. Well, we say next week. It's the weekend, right? Don't forget that the game week 34 starts on Saturday. So I think my honest answer is I don't think it's worth a -4 this week. And I think Estepinian's a good option for the doubles from 34 onwards. Play Haaland or Saka? Play Haaland, mate. You should be studying for your GCSEs like Armin, but you can't be bothered. Been there, done that, got the T-shirt, mate. I'm an absolute boomer now, though, guys, right? I'm 34 years old. Harry, bench one, Eze or Elise? You've got both. I think I bench Elise, mate. I do prefer Eze, which is why I went for him on my free hit. Junior Gaming, you've got exams coming up too. Currently have no motivation at all. Very hard to get motivated for exams in general, though, guys. But like I say, been there, done that, got the T-shirt. Finally, I earn money with my time now rather than studying. No worries, Seth. Hope that helps you, sir. Abdullah, Brighton will be starting a new mid. Yes, indeed. De Zerbi spoke about this. You guess March or Estepinian will be dropped or McAllister will play defensive mid. I think the latter is likely. I think McAllister will certainly play defensive midfielder, but you're right about Estepinian and March, which is why I've said, okay, Estepinian I don't think is worth a transfer in. I'm going to play him against Forest because the fixture is so favourable, but I've got Botman coming on if he doesn't feature, which is fine. So, Junior Gaming will both do okay, hopefully. Yeah, I'm sure you will do, guys. It's a tough time, right? It is difficult, but like I say, I mean, it was a long time ago since I did them, right? 18 years ago was when I passed my GCSEs. But I got average results, and I've done well for myself. I just think with a little bit of discipline and a little bit of hard work, mate, it gets you places. You don't necessarily need the best grades ever. George, Dan, you've been thinking, it's time for a coin flip. Saka or Martinelli, who to bench? See, I haven't got a coin on me. I don't think my wallet... Have I got a coin in here? But you're right, we haven't done one, have we, for a while? No, I haven't got a coin in my wallet, mate. Maybe I can message my wife to ask for a coin. 2 seconds, guys. Let me ask my wife to see if she... Can you bring me... Right, I've asked my wife to bring me a coin. We'll do the flip live, mate. We'll do the flip live. I can't remember what... maybe I should have kept a table of how the coin flips worked out. Because I think, if I'm not wrong, the coin is not lost, right? The coin has spoken. Sportcat, if you do sell Saka, who's the best option? I mean, it depends. How much money have you got, Sportcat? How much money have you got to sell him? Sorry, how much money would you have if you sold him? Have I got any stats on captaincy? I have, my friend. I have. We could. I'm not sure how best to do this because I've got a. On my team selection videos, normally I have a table, right, where I use some data about the opposition. But let's see if I can tinker here with this for a second. Hold on. Let's see if I can download this as a PDF, and we'll bang this into a browser. And then you'll be able to see it on stream. Bear with me. Am I close between Raya and Kepa? Yes. Is the honest answer, Jan. Is the honest answer. Just got to go with Kepa, I guess, after looking at the names. Chelsea got back with Kante, Silva, and also a longer rest. That's exactly my logic, mate. I mean, Sportcat disagrees. He thinks that regardless of the rest period, Chelsea are going to concede, but I've just got to back them. What's the prize for the FPL League? I haven't decided yet, Lewis, to be honest, but I'm going to... It's going to be football related. I think it'll probably be a shirt of the manager's choice. So whichever team you support, I'll just buy you a shirt, essentially. Harry, is Kane and Jesus for Haaland and Isak worth it? Kane and Jesus for Haaland and Isak. I like those moves. I do. I do think that's worth it. Especially if you're going to put the armband on Haaland, I think yes. And then Isak, because of the doubles later on, that could be absolutely worth it, yes. Seb, you think you're locked into your team? Sounds good, my friend. Looks good. Happy days. Sportcat, swear May is the worst time to be born. Middle of GCSEs, I won't be able to enjoy my day. Mate. And you're like the youngest of your year as well, right? One of, at least. I can't remember when the cut-off is, but I'm sure I had people that were August babies in my year at school. They were the last to be 18. Lazio, -4 Kane to Isak and Saka to Salah, or roll and play Grealish or Saka. So -4 Kane to Isak and Saka to Salah. I like it, mate. Lazio, look, I've gone for -4 with, instead of Isak, I've gone with Jota as a punt. I like Isak as well. They're such close decisions. The first coin flip was Grealish over Mahrez. You forgot what the second one was for. Indeed. The first coin flip was Grealish over Mahrez. And didn't the coin win it by 1 point? Because it went for Grealish. Can't remember, George. Maybe we'll have to backtrack on some previous streams, mate. 27 people in chat. Good to see increase in numbers. Yeah, it's good to see people popping in and out. 16 has been the number that I'm looking at consistently more than usual. Put it that way. But I feel good. It's a quick fire round. We're just question after question and we're getting through them. Once you sell him 8.6, okay, and you haven't got Rashford, 8.6. I mean, you're free hitting next week. So I guess the situation for you, Seb, Sportcat, is you want to be looking at players from 35 onwards, right? So you want good fixtures between 35 and 38. So I can't remember what your team looks like now. This is the thing. I should have kept it up, shouldn't I, really? Let's have a look at your team. Let's have a look at your team again, mate. And we'll go from there. I need to sort out captaincy data as well in a minute, guys. Sorry, I'll give you it soon. So Saka out, 8.6 million. Let's just sort out this stuff. So you're going to play him. You're probably going to play. See, this is the thing. You're in a situation where like you don't really need. So do you play Kane? I don't think you do. Maybe you do this. Saka. You really want to be targeting doublers, right? So you've already got triple Brighton. It's this situation here, isn't it? Have you got Rashford? So maybe you do just go for Rashford, mate. At least you get an extra double in 37 that way. But I mean, it's really tricky. It's definitely not an easy one. It's definitely not being thrown in my face as what you should be doing, to be honest with you, bud. Captaincy stats: 1 Haaland, 2 Salah, 3 Watkins, 4 Isak, 5 Rashford. We'll do. Should we do a poll because we've got a few people in? Let's have a look. Let's do a poll, and then maybe I'm able to start a poll. Game week 33 captain. Salah, Haaland. You can only do 4 options, unfortunately. Watkins. Let's do Rashford in there. Why not? Let's throw him in. Ask. I've done it again, and I always do this. I always mess up the chat. Right, where we at? You're born at the end of August. A couple more days until September. Would have been a year younger for school. Interesting, Junie. Crazy. Luke, thoughts on Solanke at striker for a differential and a cheaper option to free up funds? Don't mind him at all. Don't mind him at all against Southampton. Kobe, all right, welcome. Haven't seen you in a stream in so long, my friend. How are you doing? Would I bring in Jota, Mahrez and Soufal or Isak, Robertson and Salah? I think I would go the latter, Isak, Robertson and Salah, to be honest with you. Can I do a coin flip for who to start, Stones or Botman? My wife hasn't messaged me back, so I don't know. I don't really want to just get up in the middle of the stream and go and get a coin, if I'm honest. But I'd love to do a live coin flip. How you doing? Never give up. FPL, welcome to the stream, my friend. Maybe you go Saka to Gakpo, and then in game week 34 you go Jota. You've done Saka to Gakpo. Interesting choice, my friend. Good luck. Good luck, sir. I don't hate the move. I think the only problem I have with it is that he probably shares minutes with Nunez, and we only saw him play 59 at the weekend, so bit of a difficult one. Predicted points on FPL team reliable. I mean, look, there's lots of models and algorithms that will help you make informed decisions, but Google coin flip, I could just Google it, couldn't I? But I like the physical element of it, George. I like the engagement of the coin in the hands. Do you know what I mean? Sorry, did I say March could be on the bench? No, I put March on the bench. March and Estepinian have a risk of being benched, I think, based on De Zerbi's comments about some kind of backup midfielder or almost like a young new midfielder that's not had a Premier League start before is starting. So at least one player that we're used to seeing in the Brighton 11 is going to be benched. We just speculated that maybe Estepinian or March could be the guys because, look, they played 120 minutes. March got a knock on the 25th minute, so potentially. But going back to predicted points, Junie, I'm not convinced on it. I've never used it as a metric to decide my transfers. I just decide based on stats, but it's a bit of data that you can use to help you, absolutely. Should I sell Kane to Jota, Isak as to bring Rashford back in? I don't mind that at all, to be honest with you, Daniel. I don't mind that. Look, I've sold Kane this week. Again, I can't really say no to that when I've done the same thing. I think Jota and Isak is about, I'm 70% Jota, 30% Isak, because I think there's other ways to get to Isak later on when Newcastle double in 36. I think it's 1 week too early, potentially, which is why I swing more towards Jota, but I like the Isak move. Doing very well, mate. How about you? Good stuff, Kobe. Yeah, I'm very well, mate. Still cracking on. We're game week 33, bud. Like, what's gone on? What's happened? Where's this time gone? So 50% of people on the votes have gone with Haaland. Only 10 people voted, unfortunately, rather than everybody. But I think that's a categoric win for the Haaland captainers there. But I do like Mo Salah as a differential. Absolutely. Right, let's So I was doing multiple things here. Right, let's throw up, if you're still in the chat, I don't know if you're going to be, but let's go into, so captaincy breakdown. Let's see what this looks like on stream. Downloads. Okay, the window could use some work, but let's take it. There we go. Not bad. So there's a bit of captaincy data. There's a bit of captaincy data. Daniel Wall. I'm not too sure if that's the reaction to my my comments about your question, or if it's the graphic that's just popped up on screen. But already planning ahead. Best defender that is not Liverpool, Shaw for double game week 34. Best defender that is not Liverpool or Shaw for double game week 34. See, I'd love to say a City defender, but I just can't guarantee who's going to start. It's so tricky, mate. I can see why you've gone Webster, right? Because of the so many double game weeks there for Brighton. So many. But I'm just not convinced with them at these two games. They're both at home, though. It's really tricky. I'd love to be able to tell you John Stones, but I just don't know if he's going to start all these games because of the Champions League. This is the issue. This is the issue. Let's go. There we go. Captaincy data. For anybody that wants to know, there we go. Can you just do it in the Google? Yeah, I can do the coin flip on Google. I can do it, to be honest. What was the coin flip again, mate? I can't remember. Look at this. Flip again, heads. All right, we can come back to this in a second. I'm going to drag it away so you can't see the result until I put it back. We'll do it in a minute. Amit, on wildcard this game week, will you do Martinelli to Bruno and Watkins to Greenwood, taking into account game week 34? Right now, your front eight is Rashi, Salah, Matoma, March, Martinelli, Haaland, Watkins, Jota. Would I do Martinelli to Bruno and Watkins to Greenwood? I do like this Watkins fixture against Fulham, though. I mean, Palhinha is very good defensively for Fulham, though, right? So, tricky. Possibility of one of the Brighton mids being rested this game week. Not sure who. Yeah, indeed. I've just decided that March is going to be first bench for me. Hello, mate. Bench Solanke or Saka. Adrian, hello to you, sir, first of all. I'm going to say bench Saka. You kind of regret that Gakpo move already. Oh, my God. Maybe not March for the double. I mean, you don't have to have March for the double. Absolutely not. Matoma, I think, is the one. Botman or Stones. Right. What are we saying? Botman heads, Stones tails. Botman heads, Stone tails. Flip again. John Stones it is, Seb. If you trust it. If you trust it, my friend. If you trust the coin. Any others with the coin flip? Any other 50-50s? Best way to split 13.7 million by a midfielder and a defender. Not Salah, Grealish, Rashford, Trent, Shaw. I mean, what a combination that is. So specific. We'll have a think about that in a minute, Sportcat. Hold on. Yes, what a result for you, mate. Going to trust in consistency with Martinelli. Benching Saka, Gahey, and Tarko. Okay. I think that's a good decision. If you don't mind, can you tell me what you do my team with a free transfer? Sure, let's have a look. I'm kind of up to date on chat, I guess, so yeah. Still 16 people viewing. Welcome for those that aren't that are new. If you would like to consider subscribing, please do. Plenty of content between now and the end of the season. You trust the coin, FPL Seb. You trust the coin. Right, Jack, let's have a look. So we're going to definitely do this first. We're going to do this first. We're going to move that over there. We're probably going to do this. We'll probably do... So you got one free transfer with 0.3. Oh, that's the problem. One free transfer. I'm just playing. Just hold on. Just hold on a second. You probably get rid of Ward then if you can for maybe Edison. Would Akanji come out for Van Dijk 6.6? Oh man, you're so close there. I'm not too sure about this situation here with Akanji. This is kind of like my problem. Edison, Akanji, probably you could play both of them, but I don't mind this in terms of this would be a Jota move here. You get the doubler in 34 then. Bearing in mind Kane's facing United and then who's he got after that? Liverpool straight after. 35 onwards, okay, fixtures are quite good. But let's just try and target doubles and free up some money. I don't mind this at all. I suppose you could always do... You might want to keep Martinelli, in fact, so you could do, rather than the Edison move... who was this? Ward. You just play Kepa. You take out Watkins, maybe. Don't know. I'm still not sure. Not sure for you, Jack. But I think I would go either Jota or Isak for Kane, to be honest. That's what I would do with a free transfer. That's what I'm going to do. Salah or Haaland for the armband coin flip. Right, let's go. So we're going to go heads for Haaland. Tails for Salah. Salah wins the coin flip. That's just... I mean, personally, I'm not going to trust it. I'm just saying. I like that the physical one's different to the Google one. But this is where I'm at. Saka to Salah and Kane to Solanke, or Saka to KDB or Kane to Watkins. I like Saka to KDB actually as a bit of a differential this week. But I think Saka to Salah makes the most sense with Kane to Solanke, if I'm honest. Sportcat, that is for your free hit team, so we can discuss that after deadline. Yeah, I think that makes more sense because the chat's booming today, right? It's a bit of a strange one, but welcome to those viewing. Fun times. Right, who to captain Watkins? You're saying you won't go on Haaland. Well, we've got 4 minutes to the deadline, boys, so Seth's going to captain Salah, trust in the coin, so you can do a coin flip also with Martinelli and Solanke. Right, so we're going to go Martinelli heads, Solanke tails. Solanke wins. Mate, these tail shouts. How about March, Saka or Solanke bench who? What's that second person there? Who's Macau? Marcel? I'm not sure who that is. You're also going to captain Salah. Good luck, boys. Good luck. Joe Davis, Kane and Saka to Isak and Salah. Don't mind that at all. I've gone with Jota and Salah personally, but Isak and Salah are great moves as well. Haaland and Watkins, coin flip, please. Haaland and Watkins in terms of what? Captaincy? Sportcat? Harry, should you risk starting both Eze and Elise or bench one and start Saka? That's a very good question. Very good question. I think, based on Crystal Palace's attacking output, I don't think we're going to see 5 or 6 goals, right? I think you start Eze and Saka. I think you bench Elise still. Mr. Blanky, mate. Yes, mate. You trust the coin, Seth? So Salah and Solanke then. I do think so, Barmy Army, yes. So captaincy for Haaland and Watkins, right? Haaland is heads, Watkins is tails. We'll always do first option heads, second option tails. I mean, if this is what our FPL seasons have come down to, and we're trusting a fucking Google coin, what are we doing? What are we doing, guys? Come on. I've literally got a whole bunch of data in front of us here to say, come on. I know that they've only conceded one chance, but it's Rob Holding. He's playing against Rob Holding, basically. Come on. He's got to be the captain. But listen, if you captain Watkins, good luck. But that's what the coin said. Adrian McAllister. Okay, fine. So McAllister, so I think he's at risk of playing defensive midfield. So I think definitely you bench him out of those. He's on penalties, but then is Solanke on penalties as well? In which case I would prefer Solanke over McAllister, if I'm honest. Well, you ain't trusting Google Coin. Yes, captaincy, interesting. Use Chat GPT. It doesn't predict the future, though, doesn't it? Doesn't it always say, like, I don't trust, don't predict the future? Right, 1 minute to the deadline, guys. Lock it in. Lock it in. Let's be realistic here. Come on. I cannot say trust the coin. Done. Thanks. No worries. Right in the nick of time, Adrian. We left that to the last minute. You was joking, mate. Of course, you captain Haaland. The captain table was informative. Good stuff. Good stuff. Locked in. Abdullah says we're locked in. Abdullah says we're locked in. Time for the tweet. Time for the tweet. Well, good luck to everybody. May the green arrows continue for those that are on them. Your friend just bought tickets for the Emirates in 38. Fingers crossed for tonight's game. Very nice. Good luck. You're going to sleep. It's 1 a.m. Good night, Adrian. Appreciate you joining, mate. Absolutely fantastic to see those that commitment level. Guys, you're just absolutely incredible. Deadline and locked in. Certainly is, Junie. Certainly is. Right, let's tweet out the team, and then we're going to wrap up. I'm not going to stay on this stream. It's midweek, so not going to spend most of the evening with you guys this time round. Let's just tweet it out. I swear, Elon Musk, man, and his absolute trolling of this platform. He's ruined my copy pastas, mate. I swear. Like, he just changed it. I'm trying to copy paste the thing, and my emojis don't work as they did before. Hey ho. You've made a huge mistake. You don't know that. Yeah, Gakpo could pop off. Thanks for joining, Stu. Appreciated. Good luck, Dan, and everyone else too. Absolutely, Seb, and to you, sir. If Arsenal loses, ticket prices are going to drop. So he's going to lose so much as a fan, mentally and financially. Probably, mate. Probably. Quick question: what's the best way to split the 13.7 million? Let's literally. I'm going to finish this tweet and then we'll talk about it. Huge news: Saka will not play for Arsenal tonight. No, he won't because they're playing Wednesday. I think. Right, game week 33 locked. Haaland captain. We did. What did we do? We did Kane to Jota. And we did Saka to Salah. For a -4. Sorry, I'm just rubbish at multitasking, guys. While I'm tweeting, it's just impossible for me to read the chat as well. Azarenka's been a bit... Boom. Pin to my profile. Pin. Cool. Right. You didn't start the correct players. Oh, no, mate. What did you do? Yeah, just thought I'd help, though. Phenomenal, mate. Phenomenal. Right, okay. So 13.7 million by defender and midfielder. I mean, I guess we're going to have to... We're going to have to go on scout, aren't we, really, here? Plot twist, Brentford get a clean sheet, screwing most of our Chelsea defence. I mean, I'm actually hoping for a 0-0 game there, to be honest. In fact, a 1-0 Chelsea would probably be better for most of the Chelsea defender backers. But if Brentford score, it's crap for me. I think the biggest situation for me is that Jota is confirmed as starting. If that is the case, then awesome. Right, so let's have a look at, first of all, let's have a look at the season ticker. And we're going to go from 30. Are we looking from 34, right? We're looking from 34. $13.7 million. And defenders as well. Well, free hitting 34, right? So we're going to look. So I suppose it doesn't really matter about the other game weeks, right? So we might as well minus off 35 to 38 because this is what we're most interested in. So this is the combination that, of course, it's suggesting, right? Because of the doubles. Even from an attacking point of view, Fulham are still higher up than someone like Brentford, Leicester because there's two fixtures in there. I'm not too sure I agree with that because it's City and Liverpool though, so I'm not too sure. But if we have a look at, so we're going to go last 4 game weeks. If we go for expected goal involvement, and we'll do the same for defenders as well. This is not taking into consideration clean sheets. We're going to need to find the right combo, aren't we, with the right fixtures. So let's make a short list, right? So we're going to have a look at City. We're going to have a look at Liverpool. United. Brighton. West Ham. I don't think I'm going to go Fulham, if I'm honest. I don't know if you agree, Sportcat, but this is where I'm probably going to go. So City's tricky because City, I don't think we can recommend a defender. Good luck to you, Shawnee, too. Thank you very much for tuning into the stream. If you're going, son. City. So you've got 13.7 million, right? So Grealish is 6.8. I think he's the only option from a City point of view. For Liverpool, we're going to have to look at forwards as well for Liverpool because I think Jota's listed as obviously a forward. Chance, Grealish and Mahrez, both Gahey and Grealish. Could be good. We're a Palace though, West Ham. No double though. Ideally, the 13.7 million, I suppose, would cover 2 double game weekers, right? That's what we're going to try and aim for. Where's Jota? Okay, expected goal involvement there. So Jota, 8.7. What was the? I can't remember what the criteria was. Was it just 13.7 million? Defender and midfielder. Okay, so it's not. It doesn't matter if it's both. Yeah, Palace easy, but this is for free hit 34 for Sportcat, specifically 13.7 million for a midfielder and a defender combination, which is why I'm saying I think the optimal is to target Grealish and Alvarez. I mean, Alvarez is a huge punt though, no, because Haaland is going to get minutes. I mean, I know the schedule is busy for City, but I'd imagine he gets maybe one start. 6 million. But then you can't put Jota in because he's not a midfielder, right? You want a midfielder and a defender. You don't want a striker. So I'm not sure about Liverpool. Liverpool really, it's going to be Salah or Trent, isn't it? Like that is the thing. So TAA is already 7.3. United, I just don't trust the defence. But Rashford's just fallen off, man. 1.44 all the way down here. I do think he's still the option though, so 7.3 for Rashford. You could have Jota in free hit 34. He's in your free hit draft. Grealish and AWB, that's not bad. Then again, do you think the United are going to keep clean sheets? I mean, his numbers actually are pretty good. 1.06 expected goal involvement over the last 4 game weeks. So he's only 4.3 million. You can't go Gakpo. I think that's okay though. I think if you go for Jota, but then what combination are you looking at then? Because it changes. Like the 13.7 million situation changes then, doesn't it? Because it's no longer a defender and a midfielder. I mean, I don't mind AWB. Dalot. This is the thing, it's who starts, right? Dalot probably starts at left back. I mean, both of them have great differentials. Like, what's the... Oh, we can't see the ownership. Oh, no, we can see the ownership. I've got it on here. So 4% ownership for Dalot, 0.6% ownership for Wan-Bissaka. Could be huge. Could be a huge differential. Especially considering, I mean, if you look at United's games, Villa and Brighton, they look like they could be very low-scoring games. Right, Ten Hag might just want to shut up shop. Essentially, he might not want to play too aggressive football because both of these teams are playing very progressive, attacking football, and maybe we just play on the counter. So it could just be a 1-0 to United, a 2-0, maybe 0-0s. I hope not from a United perspective in terms of excitement for the football, right? But at the end of the day, that's very possible. Could get on for bonus, 4.3. At the end of the day, with a free hit sport cat, right? The way that I recommend, I suppose, with any free hit draft is you take at least 2 punts. You take at least 2 that are low ownership, like I did with Moreno and Eze, and hope that there's at least 1 or 2 returns across those 2. And that sometimes just alone, those 2 differentials can catapult the rank. Right, just because not everybody has those individuals. Outside of Newcastle and Europa, Man U defence has holding clean sheets. Yeah, true. We are doing quite well, even though we've got a makeshift back 4. Junior Gaming, bench Canate, all fun and games if he plays and gets a clean sheet. Who did you bench him for in the end, Junie? Mate, thanks for the advice, but I hope I'm not disrupting anything. No, it's fine. I mean, we've got no no major plans for this part of the stream anyway, to be honest. So it's good to just talk about statistics and have a look through. But again, for those of you that don't know what this is or what tool I'm looking at, it is FF Scout or Fantasy Football Scout. I haven't got an affiliate link or anything like that for them, but honestly, I can't recommend them enough. Like, these tables are all custom by me. I haven't got them. I haven't got them as publicly listed yet. But I genuinely use this when I look at transfer, captaincy data, all that good stuff. Like, it literally just helps me select my team on multiple fronts, right? Not just transfers. So highly recommend if you've not used it before. But okay, I think I'm confident in saying Grealish. If we have a look again, Fulham and West Ham, I think you have to have a City attacker here. You have to target these two fixtures. So Grealish for me is, I think, a must on the free hit. And then I think in terms of the defensive abilities, as you can see, it changes slightly when you go from attack and defence. City are still top, but it's very difficult to know which player to go for. In which case, if you've already got someone like Estepinian in the draft, you don't want to double up on a Brighton defence, in my opinion. You may as well then go for United. So a Grealish and an AWB, what does that total? 4.3, 6.8. That's 13.1. 4.3. No, it's not. 11. What did I say it was? It's less than 13.7 anyway. Quick maths. 11.2, yeah. 11.2. Best under 9.0 midfielder. You're thinking of going Bowen as a differential? I mean, I don't hate it. Ben Rama's a good shout as well, though. He's only 5.5 million. Grealish is already in the free hit draft. Okay, fine. Bowen's not far behind. I mean, expected goal involvement 2.0 over the last 4. Expected goal involvement 2.39 over the last 4 for Ben Rama. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he also looks like he takes penalties. So maybe Ben Rama could be a punt. Crystal Palace and City, though, away. Difficult fixtures. Really difficult fixtures. But anyway, we can talk about it during the week, Sportcat. I'm gonna shoot off. For those of you that have stuck around, thank you. That was a bit more of a personal touch, I suppose, for 15 minutes with Sportcat. So I apologise, but I hope you enjoyed the stream. This is the locked-in team for me. So fingers crossed we get the green arrow. Hasn't been a -4 for me as well, so who knows. But thank you very much for tuning in. I will do another team selection ahead of the deadline on Saturday. And I will be doing another deadline stream on Saturday as well. So thank you very much for joining. As always, guys, appreciate the support as always. And I will see you in another video very, very soon. Take care and good luck.